Welcome to day 2. You made it. You might be getting annoyed by me, but I guarantee you not by my wife. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have some fun on day 2 again. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and sit down on our butt. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 1 minute of good girl and bad girl. You could be sitting on a stool, you could be sitting on a chair. Again, it's the same exact thing you've been doing, but just more time. So same thing, if she's by herself, she's pushing out, putting her hands on the inside of her knees when she bottoms out, and pushing in for 1 minute. If you're with a partner, it's the same exact thing. I'm gonna let her drive through my hands with good tension, push through, all the way down, all the way up. You will get a good stretch on this too, and you can have some fun. Make sure the kids are in bed. What we're gonna do, okay, the last thing we're gonna do on this, you're gonna do that 2 sets. You're gonna set your timer for 1 minute, 1 minute straight. You can do anything for 1 minute. We're gonna go ahead and lay down on our back. Our legs are gonna slightly go out. Our legs are gonna slightly go out. Slide out, open your legs, hands behind the head. I'm gonna barely lift my legs off the ground, 3 to 4 to 5 inches. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to bring my elbows to my hips. Breathe out, all the way down. Breathe out, all the way down. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you go up, 20 repetitions. All right, our next superset. This is gonna be tough. I'm gonna be her chair, so she can put her hands on me. So this is your table, your chair, your bar, whatever you have in front of you that's very, very sturdy. What we're gonna work on is a stretch and also a good exercise. It's called a reverse lunge. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put tension down into your hands. If you don't need a table or anything, you can actually add weight to this. She's gonna step back behind herself, and then what she's gonna do is drop her back knee to the ground. There's the stretch in the back hip flexor. What I'm gonna do now is drive through that front heel all the way back up. There we go, there's 1 rep. She's gonna step back, drive down, drop, and push through that heel. So switch feet. So you'll see from the side, when she drops down, she gets a nice stretch, but she's also contracting her glute first. So it's a glute dominated exercise, pushing all the way through, okay? Now, we're gonna add in some anaerobic cardio, meaning you don't have enough oxygen to do what we're about to do, meaning it's high intensity cardio. People call it HIIT cardio. We're gonna turn sideways. Now, a mountain climber. What we're gonna do, you can put your hands on an elevated surface, which would make it much easier, even a counter, even if you're here. But what you're gonna do is, again, this top push-up that we've been working on, I'm gonna round that upper part of my back. That's good and that's great. Now I'm gonna drive my knee all the way up to my chest, and I'm gonna do big switches as fast as I can. Nice and smooth. If I have to take it slow and take it step by step, that's perfectly fine, just like that. Perfect. All the way up, all the way down, and again, you can do this on an elevated surface. You're gonna do 10 mountain climbers. If 10 is too easy, set your timer for 30 seconds. That's a great superset. Ready? Now, what I'm gonna do, this is gonna be something new. What I'm gonna do now, this is gonna be something new. We're gonna lay down on our stomach, and we're gonna be using our shoulders, our back, and our intramuscular coordination or stability. So lay straight down. Perfect. I call these I's, Y's, and T's. So if I would have done this day 1, you wouldn't be able to have done it because you haven't built enough strength in your back. So now, instead of a cross crawl, here's the I. The line is, the body's in a straight line. I'm just gonna walk my fingers out like I have been with an arrow out, and I'm gonna lift. No legs at all, just the arms. Perfect. I'm gonna lift up and let it go down. Lift up, let it go down. I'm gonna do 10 reps. What I'm gonna do after 10 reps is I'm gonna go out to a Y. Now, a little bit further out, about a 45. Now thumbs go up, walk the wrists out, and I'm pulling right here. In the middle, you should feel it right here in the middle of your back. Contract and breathe. You wanna make sure those elbows are locked out, and I'm reaching and pushing out. 10 reps. After 10 reps, I'm gonna make a T, call them I, Y's, and T's. I'm gonna come out. Now you see how our palms aren't down. You see how our palms are rotated forward and our thumbs are to the sky. What that's gonna do is it's gonna put more tension in my upper back, which I want, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a T. I'm gonna pull. It's a very hard movement. She's making it look easy, but it's actually pretty difficult. We're gonna do 10 reps each. This is done 3 times through. Great job. So I, Y, and T. Our superset in between is one of my favorite stretches again. We're going to sit on our feet. So you see from the front, her knees are together. If you see from the side, my feet are flat, and I'm sitting down on my feet. Now we could relax, we could have a great conversation, or if you're by yourself, you could just simply breathe. Listen to good music, try to stay off your phone during these workouts as much as you can, and let the stretch happen. Remember what I said about cramps. Just because you're cramping doesn't mean you're dehydrated. Your brain is getting used to a new range of motion, which you have to let induce in the body. Next time you do it, you'll cramp less and less and less. Next thing you know, you've increased this range of motion in your feet, your knees, and your quads. All right, the next, what we're gonna do, if you can, again, if you can't do any of the jumping in week 1 or week 2, what you're gonna do is you're still gonna come opposite arm, opposite leg as long as you can, even if it's just here, even if it's barely marching and lifting up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go 30 reps up and down, mini jumps, just little baby jumps, 30 reps. Pushing through the feet, minimal knee bend, 30 reps up and down. After you've done 30 reps up and down, if you have a line, you're gonna go 30 reps side to side. Left and right. What we're doing there is we're putting the foot into certain ranges of motion that you could potentially twist your ankle in, but we're going to get strong in those range of motions and become more resilient. Now, last but not least is we're going to try to twist. We're going to go side to side and jump. We're going to rotate in that lower back. If you turn around, you'll see her lower back rotate actually as she jumps. So she's rotating here and here in her hips. 30 seconds again. Now, as a superset, you're going to do all of those in a row. So you're literally jumping for 1.5 minutes. Your heart rate is going to go through the roof. If you need to stop, go ahead and stop and start the superset. This is what you're going to superset this with. You're going to lay down on your back as a starfish, or again, you can call them dead bodies. Legs are out, arms are out, and to your ability, you're going to make this exercise as good as you can. We're going to bring our arm and leg together. We're going to breathe out, breathe in, create length in the body, breathe out. Collapse like a folding table, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, now, just like the day before, we have to do a 2-minute split squat again, where we're pulling the legs together. So you should become a pro at this. The legs are back, pulling the legs together. Now, if you can see us next to each other, you might be here to start. You might be here day 1. As we get better each time we do it, we can end up getting here and pulling my legs together. There's different ranges of motion for everyone. Where you see me start to shake, I'm pulling my legs together, as is she. 2 minutes. The last thing on day 2, it's going to be something new. We're going to sit down on our butt with our legs straight, back straight. Now she's going to take an object. This is probably pretty heavy right now. We're going to test her strength. What she's going to do is she's going to put that out. I call it serving the food. Arms straight out in front of you, and you're going to be pushing through the middle part of your back. There's a lot of tension on this back. You are literally trying to hold this for anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. You're working your core, you're working your lower back, you're working your hips, and you're also working your knees. Once you're done, you've officially completed day 2. Again, 15 minutes of extra credit. Go ahead and rest. 15 minutes of extra credit. Walk up and down those hills. Walk up and down those steps. You deserve it. Have a great day.